In a long-forgotten land, in a jungle dark and deep, there hides a ruined site, a tower temple, and a key. But what lies within, and what lays beneath, monsters, treasures, traps, and more, is what adventurers truly seek. Mega Dungeon! Mega Dungeon! Big and bold we descend. Monsters lurk round each bend. Treasure hunts, puzzles too. Adventures wait for me and you. Mega Dungeon! Magic swords in our hands. Together we make our stand. Through the dark and the light, we'll conquer every fight. Mega Dungeon! Side by side, face the fight. We will shine in the night. Secrets found, legends grow in the Mega Dungeon. Let's go!
Welcome everyone to our Dungeons and Dragons game, Mega Dungeon. I'm DM Steve, your host, and this is the game where we kick down the door, kill the monster, avoid the trap, and get some of that sweet loot, as well as the excellent gains of experience. And if you like experience gains, make sure to smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more Dungeons and Dragons. Ring the bell so that you don't miss any of these excellent campaigns, and leave a comment down below. If you're part of our studio audience today, definitely give us a shout out in the comments, and let's talk to our players. Who
Are
do
you
we have
high?
today? The
Fucking
contestants.
game show host.
Like, what did you do?
Talk
What?
to our players.
What is this? Like, are you high? Did you have?
Yes.
Are you? You sound sick.
Oh,
What's
you
going- I know. I just lost myself. Hold on.
you're gone.
I think. Oh shit! I moved the
I
camera.
hate when I lose myself.
Yeah, I've already lost myself.
Is this Dick's feud? Are you Steve Harvey now?
Oh, yes. I'm DM
I moved the
that guy.
cord.
DM Steve Sajak.
There we are. There we are. This
Or
camera's
what was the guy
my
that did
camera's.
Jeopardy? Alex Trebek.
Alex? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So my
DM
camera's starting to
Trebek.
go. So
Actually, I
Touch the
sound more
cord.
like one of the announcers than the actual hosts, the hosts of the games. It's like the guy that come on down. That dude, whatever that guy's name was.
yeah.
That's what I was doing. Anyway, Garrett, how are you doing today?
I'm doing all right, actually. Busy day for me, but I'm here and ready to play.
Doing all right, getting good grades. Future so bright. He's got
I
a
gotta
dick
get laid.
mug. Yeah. He wasn't wearing shades, so I don't know where to go after that. Yes. And another Nate in the chat. Hello, sir. And I'm the MC. Yeah, MC Steve. Wiki wiki whack. Oh wait, not that kind of MC. Cameron, how you doing? MC Cameron.
MC Cameron. I'm doing pretty well today.
Good.
Ready to play some Mega Dungeon. Finally complete. What did Garrett say? Is episode 14 today?
Yes,
14. And
14 action-packed episodes of, I guess, 1.5 dungeons. It really is. Maybe 2.
you're
Not.
close. You're at like 95% on this dungeon, I feel like. You're pretty close. I actually am curious. I'm trying to figure out if I can get an AI to analyze my map, and then, like, obviously I'd have to clean it up, but just like the outline of like your map.
You don't clean this up. Have the AI analyze the map as it is.
Well, no, because it's not. It's not gonna. It's not gonna analyze. It's not gonna. It's just gonna see garbage and the AI. No, for specifically to actually
AI goes dicks. Nothing but dicks.
to
Nothing but
specifically analyze like how close the area is, like the outline, like how
Or
close.
percentage accuracy.
You
Right,
don't
right.
need to do that. You just need to overlay them.
I mean, I have them overlaid, but I would like to see exactly, like, if I could get an AI to give me like, okay, you guys
But it just-
were 93.5% accurate, then I would be able to do that for every dungeon, and it would be kind of neat. Then I would be it would like give me a little bit of a metric. Um,
Oh, wait a minute. So,
That's what we
anyways,
need is metrics.
wait a minute. So, oh no,
We need to start sprint pointing each episode.
We're getting into spreadsheets in
no.
the dark now again.
exactly.
Spreadsheets in the dark.
Actually, you know
I
what?
saw that
We
episode.
need to actually put that in our wiki or on our homepage. We need to put all the spreadsheets that we have and just have that spreadsheets in the dark in the homepage.
There are some already. I'm pretty sure there are already a couple of at least the timelines and stuff. There are definitely some spreadsheets on the site, right?
Yeah, the
Where-
Gengar timeline, like the Gengar Super Show timelines in
Yeah.
there, our first Go to Space timeline is there, not the updated version. I haven't done the updated version.
Well, that just reminds me. Go to dixinthedark.com.
Yeah, and shop.dixinthedark.com for cool mugs like the one that Garrett has, except for that it doesn't have the
Better.
weird white band. Yeah, it's better than that. Speaking of things that are better, Country Fried Minis, Cameron, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay, but I accidentally went to Dix in the Dark instead of Dix in the Dark, and it
Uh-oh.
was a
Oh, no.
mistake.
Yeah.
Well, you know
It
what?
should
though? Maybe
redirect, actually.
Maybe it wasn't a mistake, actually.
Wait, does it really
Uh,
redirect?
Yeah, yeah, it redirects right now. We own both.
You bought the
Nice.
Wait a
regular.
minute.
Hang on.
we actually own Dix in the dark.
Yes, correct.
Incredible, incredible.
That's a good one.
It does in fact redirect like immediately. Yeah, that's good.
That's good. Fantastic.
That's really great. So yes, dixinthedark.com,
That's amazing.
shop.dixinthedark.com, and of course wiki.dixinthedark.com for WikiDix and all those spreadsheets that you've been looking for. And I was trying to introduce our friend Country Fried Minis. And I was gonna give him a plug, which I'll do right now. I don't plug my friends very often, but every now and again, if I really like you, I will. I'll give you a plug. So if you're interested in the painting of the miniatures, which I'm probably gonna be doing here pretty soon, because I'm gonna have to paint a little plant guy for Mutant Crawl Classics, check out Country Fried Minis. There might be some miniature painting crossover stuff happening in the near future because, like I said, I'm going to have to paint a mini as well for the TTRPG Tuesdays, which is every other Tuesday, where your super chats count as statements from the DM only over there on Country Fried Minis. So check them out. Was that good?
No.
Great.
Excellent.
I
Excellent.
tracked down a few Plantient models already too, Steve. I'll show you later on.
Sweet, sweet. I'm looking forward to that. And oh gosh, another Nate says, "I'll spread your sheet." I bet you will. Who are you even talking to? All of us, I bet. I feel like why am I so? I feel like I'm like sinking into my chair. Like
We better get
sinking.
started.
Yeah, I know. We better. I got two more people to introduce. Everybody already knows Dungeon Dan. That's my brother. Dungeon Dan, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah,
Doing
yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Doing
Okay,
all right, yeah.
okay. And then of course Tech Noir Blake. That is our friend from the Country Fried Minis community. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Hello, howdy. How are you? I'm doing good.
Mm.
Just been working.
welcome. Yeah, working. Jeez. Um, well, let's get over to some playing. Playing in this mega dungeon. First things first. I guess we gotta see about the vibe.
Shit.
420.
Already rolled
Middle of the
right in the
road.
middle.
Right in the middle. A little low middle. Hmm. Interesting. Well, who knows? Who knows? Does anybody
I don't know
remember
for
what
sure.
happened specifically last time? Because
Nope.
I'm
No.
Dick spiders in boxes.
boxes,
Yep.
that's
Box
right.
spiders. We got potions and negate poison
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
fucking
and a cloak.
what? John died
right.
again.
That's
Oh
right.
yes, John
Oh
died.
my God, I almost forgot.
Fuck.
Wait, you turned him to stone and put him in the bag, though.
Yeah, he's technically not dead, but he's dead.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so that's important because that's something that yeah, that's something that we need to figure out here. Okay, so yes, the last time I do recall, you went into this room right here. There were a bunch of boxes here. That's where the spiders came from, right? Uh,
Yes.
oh
Right.
gosh, John perished to the venom of a spider. Didn't you then discover like like neutralize poison
Yes.
Yeah,
potions,
we
like
yeah,
Yes.
we have
Yes.
immediately?
yes, we have been
Gosh.
we discovered potions. We used one of them because it's crossed out. We still have a neutralized poison, and we've got one that is unlabeled that is a gold and glittery potion.
Yep.
And then we have a cloak.
Okay.
And
Yes,
then we
I
had and then
see.
we had monies that we've already divvied up.
That you've divvied up. Okay. So,
And I don't know whether the cloak went to anybody or not. I I didn't write that down.
I don't know if nobody claimed the cloak.
It's not on my sheet.
Is it a
Yeah,
Is it a Romulan cloak? Because that's really valuable. It's also illegal in some parts of the Alpha Quadrant.
just like a Romulan ale.
What? Why all the hate for the Romulans?
Um,
Listen, they're bastards.
Yes.
They're bastards.
I mean, I don't
Romulans
hate
are
him. We just haven't
bastards.
seen him for 80 years. Hmm. Okay, so that is what is that?
There's a bald one that's not that great, and there's a blonde one that we really don't like.
Why am I not in the correct?
State of mind.
That too. Big one.
That too, but I'm no, I'm like where is
So are you saying that tonight's roll
there
20
it is.
problem is with you and not roll 20?
Yes.
Mm.
Tonight's roll 20 problem is actually with my brain. No, I had the other dungeon pulled up for planning and I was like, why is there all these like crabs and sea stuff? Why do I have so many crabs? I don't understand.
Magma
Whoa.
dungeon.
That's why you have so many crabs, because it's
Oh,
Mega Dungeon. Blame the
yeah.
crabs on the Mega Dungeon.
True. Okay. Okay, this makes way more sense now that I'm looking at this. Okay, giant spiders, there we are. Okay. Okay. Yes, I see. Okay. Now I understand where I am. Well, I think after the horribleness with the giant spiders, you guys went over into this little
Cool.
area here.
It's like a little shrine room. Did we ever do anything with that? Or were
Yes.
we like
No.
preparing
We
to?
found it was evil and we shouldn't fuck with it.
Yeah.
That sounds correct.
Yeah, there's an altar in the middle, and the walls are covered in glyphs that I think somebody maybe had tried to read, but it was
Sounds
unsuccessful.
right.
I'm not in that room, so
I think
Yeah,
Buster made like a religion check on them,
that could
and that's how we
be.
knew.
Yeah, and then there's kind of a heaviness in the air. I don't think you've actually messed really with the altar. I think maybe somebody got a weird feeling, or maybe even used a detect evil or something.
Yeah, it was like
Possibly.
it was, if I remember, it was like an altar of like murder sacrifice kind of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, that is what it seems like. So, well, that's where we are. You've entered a pretty creepy part of the dungeon. Not that the rest of the dungeon isn't creepy as hell. Uh, John, fallen almost to spiders, turned to stone in order to hopefully preserve himself. And then you found this evil-looking chapel area. Are you gonna are you gonna take John back?
I mean, yeah. We're
well,
in a
uh,
necromantic
Large,
lair. You know something bad's gonna happen if we leave him here.
but he's a statue.
He is a statue.
but that
Mm,
could be a very, very bad thing. If he's a statue and then make him animated, he'd be very difficult to to take him back.
Yes.
Because if we break him apart, it's not like he's gonna fall out of the sky again like he did before.
yeah.
Besides, even though I feel good, aren't some of you not feeling so good?
Wait, I should probably look at that.
Not feeling so good. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Also, yes, in this dungeon, I
Oh, I'm
don't know
feeling
if
great.
I don't know if Chris Copperfield was with the party. He may not have been with the party yet at the time where they encountered several. There were a couple different rooms with kind of statuey type creatures. There was a gargoyle room over here, and then there was another room with some broken statues, I think earlier on. But so
We could always just put him by the front door.
front door.
Send him up in the elevator.
Somebody will take him.
Oh, that would be a nightmare. You have to go buy him back from the bazaar.
It's like I wonder
I
how much can we get for John as John the statue? Just sell him.
He's just in some shop up there.
Well, do we have any intention of like curing him of this stone form?
Well, I think the thing that I was saying last time was that we could take him back and take him back to the temples and basically pay the temples to what the fuck, dude?
You good, man?
Yeah,
No,
did you
Steve.
did you
Steve is in there going, "You're dead,
Yeah,
you're
did you
dead."
not see me get a little bit more color?
No.
You didn't
Anyway,
you didn't
no,
notice the difference between that
I wasn't.
and this? It's very
It's like
slight, but it's
is that like the eye doctor where they go,
yes, yeah, yeah.
this
Which one is better?
or this, A or B?
B.
Yeah.
One or
So
two.
so no, I think what we decided was we were going to take him to a temple and have him unstoned and cure the and have the poison cured at the same time.
Right. So the
So
question is,
we're-
are you going to do that now or are you going to do that later, though?
Nah.
What I
Now
No
think
way
we
in
we
hell
ought
we do it now.
what I think we ought to do is take him back to the temple and leave him there and build up some funds. Then we get ourselves a heal to come back, finish everything up, clean this up, and then we worry about it, John. If John is in the temple, John will be okay. If John is in this temple, he points to the altar. John will not be okay.
No, probably not.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Though, how pressing is it that we leave in this moment?
Well,
Like,
here's another thing. How tall is John?
John. Does not have that entry in his character sheet.
I mean, John, we've known that John is a lith, he's a thief, so I'm gonna say, and he's not. We know he's taller than Roland. He's not kind of a shorty like Roland. So assume
Also,
average height, average
okay,
weight, probably thin, slim,
that okay.
Average
average
girth.
height.
So
5'10".
maybe not so
What
heavy,
are you,
but
Cameron?
I'm 5'9".
5'9", 5'10". Yeah, I'm five
okay.
nine. That's right. That sounds about right for John.
But
5 1/4.
here's the problem. The problem is that John was not standing up tall when Cameron pulled that out. John was on the ground,
That's
probably
right.
foaming at the mouth and probably contorted.
Oh yeah,
So
probably like going like.
I'm like a super fucked up statue.
He's
like
definitely like his death throes.
like yeah, John is just like this.
Actually, let me go ahead and Cameron let's see,
That's
roll a
hilarious.
20.
It may have literally been the guy's last breath when we paralyzed him.
Let's see, right in the middle. Okay, so
Okay.
12. So he is not super messed up. Like he kind of went a little bit rigid. So while he's on the ground and maybe his hands are kind of like in a special state, he's mostly straight.
Okay.
So he's like carryable at least. He's not like
I was gonna say,
wildly
if he's
spread
all
out.
like-
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would be terrible. Well, I can't fit him through the door.
Yeah, yeah. He's not. That would be crazy. Yeah, he's all spread. We gotta break off one of his arms to get him through the door. No,
Oh,
he's kind of in a straight line. Assume that he's a little less than 6 foot long as a piece of stone.
So I don't want to leave him down here by himself, though. We don't know what's going to happen. Even if we take him closer to the front, it doesn't guarantee that somebody else won't come along. There may be other people in here right now that we don't know about.
We could send.
No.
What about Tony? Tony could go back up there with him.
Tony could take him back up there. It would be a
Wow.
convenient use for Tony as well.
How, are we just going to, isn't Tony a dwarf?
Tony is a
Yeah, but-
dwarf, but if you made like a litter, he could probably drag him. I think Tony is he's pretty strong. He's just really
Okay.
undexterous.
How
because
many
he's-
dwarves in a litter?
Yeah, he's really strong. So he could do it. It would just take him a while because he's got bad dexterity because he kind of has a bum leg. So he'd just have to drag him slowly.
Is there? Okay, well,
Well, we could
are
make
there,
a.
there are crates. We can actually build a litter out of the crates.
Just have him walk him like you do a fridge, like corner
Yeah,
to
no,
corner.
no, I didn't say Tony wasn't that strong, Nathan. I said Tony was real strong. He's got a 16. He has a chiseled dwarf physique. I mean, it's like round, but then like chiseled on the round, because that's how dwarves are. That's in my world anyway, I always imagine. But yeah, Tony could do it for sure, 100%.
Okay, so
Wait, what is that one? Hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I guess we set about making a litter out of these boxes.
No, you're high.
You beat me to it.
Okay, so you're gonna make. Oh, that's a yeah. So you have a bunch of
Wood.
wood right here.
Mhm.
Tons of wood. So are you gonna do that? Are you gonna have Tony do this? To this?
Actually,
Buster can help, I guess. What do you
Tony
want
would
me to
be the
roll?
perfect person to build a litter to move stone. He would know how to build a litter to move stone.
Right,
He's
right.
a dwarf.
And he's got tons of wood, as Nathan just
Oh,
said. So
Ah,
yeah.
if that's the plan, then Tony can go about building the litter, and yeah, he can start on the trek back to take John to the temple. It's not even really that far, because if you look at it, I mean, you guys are like right here, so oh shoot.
it's almost a straight shot, isn't it?
Yeah, what is, let
Basically,
me
right?
see where if you get the
Right down here at the bottom.
little
Yeah,
tool thing,
it's
right?
pretty.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean
it's
you
pretty much a
Yeah.
straight shot. Yeah.
it's like not far depending on how you go. Go like that way.
Wouldn't even need to go that
Now,
way.
Yeah, isn't that the straightest shot?
didn't we come a particular way because we got cut off and we had to go a different way?
We went this way through the center room.
Oh, through the center room.
I
Yeah.
remember 'cause someone stepped on a trap like immediately
Yeah,
outside of a
just
door.
go
Oh
literally
yeah,
this
yeah.
way.
I was gonna say that's like I was gonna say that's literally
It's a
almost
straight
a
shot.
straight shot for him
Yeah, it's
to go.
mhm.
It's pretty easy, and it's not that far to get down. And then beyond that, there's another like hallway to get in there, but then the big elevator in the junction is down there. So yeah, it's he could with Tony's strength, he could do it.
So Tone will go down there, drop and escort the statue back to the temple, and then when we come back to the temple, we'll bring the loot to pay them off to help him out.
Yeah.
All right, so
And
Yep.
then
that is the
and then
plan.
and then once he's not stoned, then we have to loot John to pay us back because
True. I think John has like 5K, so
Oh yeah,
Nice.
unfortunately at the moment
it's all
it's all
stone.
all stone.
stone. John is Obi-Wan, right? That's John, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I thought. All right.
got
All
all
right.
the icons on him.
Yeah, cool. So we'll go ahead and
That's hilarious.
yeah, Tony's gonna start dragging John down the oops, no that. Gotta be careful not to grab a penis when I'm like trying to bring these characters down. you know, only on our
You know how it
maps.
be. Yeah.
When you're in our dungeon, you gotta be careful not to grab a penis and
In the
drag it
mega
somewhere.
dungeon.
You're gonna grab that penis
In
in the mega
Smegma
dungeon. God knows what you're gonna get.
Yeah, it's dangerous, very dangerous. All right, so Tone's headed back with John. You feel like they're in good hands. Well, at least somewhat. And yeah, so what is everybody else doing? Because like we mentioned before, you guys have really just got into this little temple room. Nobody has even touched the altar. Not that I'm necessarily suggesting it, but it's not something that's happened thus far. And you've just kind of looked around. I think you did search for secret doors, but I don't think you found anything. And that's pretty much where we are.
I think we were having Sarducci lead.
Well, Sarducci hasn't walked in there yet. Could Sarducci walk in there and use his just general knowledge of just being priestly and clericy and just figure out and just see if he knows what the hell it is?
I believe the term is clerical.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dan.
he's gonna
Come
take
on.
his typewriter and his
Yeah.
filing cabinet,
Hmm.
adding machine, and he's gonna go in there and do some clerical work.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Let's see. Go ahead and I
Wisdom.
mean, unless you're going to specifically like cast a spell like detect evil or something, if you're just gonna kind of look around and get a sense, go ahead and
Yeah.
make a wisdom check on that. There are these bizarre glyphs all around the room.
I got a
Ooh.
4. I got a really good success.
Sarducci's wisdom is working overtime, and he's looking around. You think that this is the temple to some kind of an ancient god of death. It probably would have been a terrible idea to put John up on this altar. That might not have worked out well in your favor, and you're not even sure that anyone should touch this altar without some sort of intervention. It might not be good. You're getting a really bad vibe, and the glyphs on the wall portend you can't read every single one, but just you're getting sacrifice-orama, lots of death, probably specifically on this very altar.
Did anybody check for secret doors into here? Don't
No,
don't t-
but given our
don't
map and given the nature of the room, I don't know if that's the best option.
don't touch the walls. Well, given the map, there's a hallway on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
Don't touch the altar. Just check the
Two.
walls. Deck of the halls. Check the walls.
Do we have
Chuck
anything
the wall.
dead nearby? What if we put something dead on the altar?
I would not suggest to do that.
No,
There are
find out.
dead spiders in the other room. All right.
Hmm.
So Sarducci he suggests to others maybe to check around, and he starts to search for secret doors. What is everybody else gonna do this turn?
I'm
Not
gonna
that.
Are
I'm
there
gonna
any
feed the
live?
baby
Are there
bird.
any live spiders?
No, no. All of the
Oh,
spiders, fortunately, are dead because they were giant venomous spiders that,
oh,
yeah, that
Yeah.
nearly did in one of
oh,
your
the
well, kind of did do in one of your
those
parties.
spiders. That's
Yeah,
right.
those spiders. Now, I mean, maybe if you really, really looked hard, I don't know. Are you gonna look for like a little spider? I mean, are you trying to find like a little like a bug?
Yeah.
Roll an intelligence check. See if you can locate a little bug.
This
And
is a
Chris
very, very
Copperfield,
bad
is he
idea.
gonna is he gonna feed his chick?
So as you're doing this, yeah, I've got the little chick out and I'm feeding it crab meat.
Crab meat, excellent. So Frankie's looking around. It's taken him a little while. But before that, what is Chuck Testa doing? You doing
Is
anything this turn?
that really where John is? That far away?
Probably not. They're probably
It's still there.
they're probably technically still in the yeah, still in the room here. Or yeah, they're probably more like there. He's like right at the door.
Chuck would be focusing furiously on John and trying to think
Furiously.
his thoughts, like pretending to use his helm of telepathy, trying to read John thoughts in stone. That's what he would just like.
Gotcha. So he's really, really trying to read John's thoughts. Okay, go ahead and make an
Yeah.
intelligence check for Chuck Testa as well.
All right.
Uh,
Let's go.
and then John obviously is stoned, but Buster is hanging out, right?
Yeah. What about him?
What is Buster doing this turn?
Buster, he's just seeing it now. These fuckers are gonna put a dead spider on this altar, reanimated into just like some necrotic paralytic spider, and Buster does not want to be anywhere near that when it happens, so he's leaving the room.
Gotcha. Okay. Buster leaving the room for safety. All right. So yeah, Chuck is concentrating as John slowly gets dragged away. And in almost in the dragging in the dragging sound, or is it in his head? Chuck's not really sure what, but it almost sounds like John's going, help, help.
Yeah, none of
Nope.
that came through.
Damn it.
None
None of it came
of
through.
it's
That's
coming
what I heard.
through.
Yep.
Yeah,
That-
that's
none of
what he heard. That's me. Help. But it's in like the drag of the stone on stone. So yeah, you're just concentrating on that. Like, oh man, is that real? You're not sure. Buster leaves the room. Sarducci doesn't seem to find anything, but uh, um, uh, uh,
Frankie?
Frankie, thank you. I was gonna say Tony, but Tony is dragging the Frankie he did find a little spider. It's just a little one like a daddy longlegger.
I'm gonna like cup it in my hands and then go up to Chrissy and show him. Say, look what I found.
Whoa, it's a little
What?
bug.
What if we put this on the altar?
Don't let Sarducci know.
Sarducci's checking the walls.
All I'm saying is
Sarducci is
that
checking the walls.
if how powerful could this thing be if it's going to use up whatever that is, and then we won't have to worry about it later.
Perfect.
Famous last words.
Can I make an intelligence check on that?
Yeah, go ahead. Of course.
All right. Intelligence.
Yes.
Submit.
Oh,
Dude.
wow.
Reasonably.
How powerful could it be?
Reasonably, Chris Copperfield, he goes into a little bit of analytic mode just for a second, and things have been dangerous down here. Reasonably, it could do nothing, but also it could be hella dangerous. It's a pretty big crapshoot, but the chance that it could be dangerous in a place like this where almost everything has been dangerous. Yeah, you know.
I'm going to shrug and say it's about a 50-50.
It either happens or it doesn't.
Well, I'll ask Sarducci for advice.
Okay, Sarducci's just getting ready to. He's like just finishing checking the walls, and he sees that Frankie and Chris are kind of hovered kind of over the altar. It's kind of talking in low tones, and then he sees Frankie
My
kind
hands are
of.
like cupped.
He's got a cup, and he kind of waves you over.
What are you doing?
Hey, Sarducci, look at this. What if we smush him on the altar?
You want to smush it on the altar?
Yeah,
Why
I
did
figure.
Why did I
if
just
you're
sound
so-
Russian at that point? You
You want to smush him on the
you
altar?
want to smush him on the altar?
Yeah, well, the way I figure is whatever this is bad news. But how bad could it be if it only affects a tiny daddy long legs?
How
So
bad could it be, he says.
How big gonna be?
You don't have the magics. This place is a very, very bad. To gods,
Oh.
these people, if they were even people, were putting things to. How do we know that those are spiders out there that turn our friend John into mush almost didn't come from the thing that you got in your hand? From
Well,
this altar.
Well, I mean, we could smash the altar. Because if we just
That I
leave it
think
like it is, someone's gonna come in here and use it against us at some point.
smashing a very evil altar is a very, very, very bad idea. Very bad idea.
Make a
We need to
wisdom
come.
check. Make a wisdom check.
Smashing the altar is a.
I don't know. Might be probably a good idea to get rid of this altar some way, especially if you're planning to claim. You just thought about it and you're like, if we're gonna claim this, we're gonna be here. So we gotta maybe get rid of this altar. So I don't know, like
Are the glyphs that are on the wall, are they on tiles on the wall? Or
they
they
they're carved into the stone of the wall.
Hmm.
okay. So let's see. You know, don't smash the little spider on on the altar. Bad idea. But destroying the altar, defacing the stones on the wall, the glyphs on the wall, might break the bad juju. So he pulls out his hammer, because he's got a hammer.
Of course.
Here we go. Pulls down his mask and just smashes right in the middle of it.
Okay, so you're
So
smashing
the altar.
the altar. Okay, so for a second I thought you were smashing glyphs.
No.
Did say smashing glyphs.
Smashing the altar.
Smashing the altar. Okay, directly in
Although,
the center.
yeah, although the scene that comes to mind is the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean, that's the scene that comes to mind.
Obviously you can't miss, but let's see how good of a hit that was. Go ahead and just roll a normal attack roll. I mean, I guess if you get a 1, you could
Yeah,
technically
crit failed.
really fucking like just
Activate the altar.
fumble yourself. Yeah,
die.
like to.
He
That would-
steps
that would-
on my foot, and I drop the
Terrible.
spider on the altar, and then he.
Nah, I got a pretty good attack roll.
All right, all right. So Sarducci, he puts his mask down, he takes the hammer, and he smashes right in the center of the altar. And as soon as that happens, the altar cracks kind of both ways and across in the center. And from the cracks,
It's initiative.
from the cracks,
Yep.
you begin to see. I gotta take everybody off here so that we can get fresh. We can get things going fresh now. Don't forget to click your character. It's initiative because out of the crack, some smokiness starts to peek its way out. It's coming from the altar just barely. Maybe you'll get a chance to hit it again before it's all the way out, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Do I have to roll initiative for anybody? I don't think I do, other than baddies. Is that everybody?
Believe
Looks
so.
like it. All right. Well, In fact, Sarducci goes at the same time. He can see it start to coalesce. And Sarducci, make a wisdom check.
It's still a success.
You're seeing it. It's starting to coalesce, and it seems that this altar contains some ghosts.
Hmm.
So
Whoa.
so
That's
yeah,
crazy.
you might want to
Right.
do
I mean that's just basically, yeah, it's happening.
Ghost
right.
instant kill.
Right,
It's just
right. You
like
might want to
it's just like
do
zim zim
that.
zim zim
What
boom.
is what are you 8? Level 8? Is that where
Yeah, level 8.
8. Oh yeah, oh fucking hell.
Tail gone.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
is it
The
not
smoke
is it not
starts to rise up, and it's just, and Sarducci immediately like it drops his hammer, pulls out the holy symbol, and the smoke goes back into
Just kidding. It was a
back
prank.
into the altar.
Wait a minute.
Almost like somebody hit rewind. Just like there's like some faces that start to come up out of it, and then he's like, and it's just like. And then the altar
So
kind of cracks and kind of falls, so that like part of it kind of falls in half, and uh, inside it looks like there is something within the altar.
what does it look like?
It looks like there is a secret catch that has been revealed, and that there is a small chest within.
Hey.
I guess I can get rid of that.
It's just like, nope.
Yeah.
See,
Without
here's the thing.
Sarducci, you'd be in
Here's the
fucked.
thing. Were they the whites that we were all worried about?
Those were indeed some whites
Yeah.
inside that altar, and yeah,
Yeah.
that they got taken care of real quick.
Yeah.
Real
That's
quick.
what happened. So
So
that's
hey, a
probably good
buster.
too, cause energy drain.
Mhm. Hey, a buster. There's a chest in here. It's a safe now. I took care of it.
Oh, really? I'm glad nothing bad happened. I was
Nothing
really
bad
thinking
happened.
that would happen, but I guess not.
Believe in me, if I could turn a spider, I'd turn a spider. But I can turn everything else.
So now you don't have a thief, and there's a chest, exposed chest, like the
I thought Buster was.
1980s.
I thought Buster was our thief.
Buster is
I think it's there.
yeah, he's a dwarven
There.
priest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Wait a minute. Like Asia Argento from the 1980s? An exposed chest?
Yeah, exactly.
What's the name of what was the name? The pink what?
Oh, Pink Chimera.
She's the pink chimera?
Pink Chimera.
Is that
Oh,
is that
that reminds me, and I don't
is
want to
that
like get
is
too
that
far.
is
I
that
don't
what we're gonna run into next? Is Asia Argento is the pink
I
chimera?
I don't I don't want to get too in the weeds right now because we're in the middle of the game. But do you know the song Pink Pony Club? Are you aware
I
of its
know
like
I know of it.
it's like there's a song on the radio called Pink Pony Club. Um uh I'm I may have written a Weird Al style parody of Pink Pony Club
Uh-huh.
about Country Fried Minis.
God.
We'll put it in a video.
uh,
Get I Get AI to sing it.
Yeah. So anyway, more on that later maybe. No, so
So
no,
we
Pink
don't.
Chimera
Okay.
was what I was having, but no. So now, yes, the it's split apart. There's a chest. You can see it.
We need to get into this chest.
Yes, D and
Yeah, we do.
ADHD. Yeah, yeah, exactly. uh, I did get in trouble in second grade for just singing in class. Just like
Singing in
just
class.
belting out like who knows what, like right in the middle of like reading or something. So,
Michael Jackson. That's what you were belting out.
I mean,
Michael
that
Jackson.
likely because if I was in second grade, I mean that's gonna be like
You,
1983
you had the sock. You had the socks and the glove
or
for it.
something. I did. I did. I still have the glove. Anyway, um, so what's happening now? There's a chest here. Somebody gonna get this chest? It's kind of small and it's just within the. Looks like you're gonna have to pull it out.
Mm.
Hey, Chucka.
Yeah.
There's a chest in here. Since we don't
Ah.
have a John, it's up to you to open the chest.
Uh,
You got it, buddy.
okay. I'll grab my sword and attack the chest.
Uh, it's gonna be hard to hit because it's kind of like within this altar, like part of the altar is cracked open, so it's like in there. So it's like it almost somebody almost needs to fish it out ahead of time before
Okay.
hitting it. Um,
Gotcha.
yeah, yeah. You might be able to knock it out, but you might it at all. It's kind of almost a little far back in a crevice, so you might need something either to physically somebody to take it and pull it out or something to like hook it in order to get it out. And the chest itself is only
I,
it's pretty small. It's maybe like a foot.
I don't know. What you just described with your hands is a pretty big chest, dude.
Yeah.
How big is the opening that's smashed
It's
into the altar now?
voluptuous.
So the opening is not too much larger than the chest. There's maybe only about a 2 inches around the chest itself. So the cavity is pretty small, leaving not a lot of, there's not a lot of space.
I turn over to Frankie and be like, Frank, you're a little guy. You gotta use your littleness and get that little
Yeah,
box.
but I'm also short. So if you want to kneel down and be a human table so that I can stand up high enough, I'll try and grab it.
I get what you're getting at. Chris kneels down into the position.
Okay, I'll climb up on Chris's back and I'll reach over and try to pull the chest up.
Okay. I feel like that wasn't necessary, but
It
you
was
do
it
it.
was necessary.
You do it. And uh you pull the chest out and uh make a saving throw versus spell.
No.
Don't
yeah.
forget that I'm standing on top of Chrissy here.
Oh yeah, Chris might need to make a saving throw versus spell
Yeah.
as well.
Okay.
Frankie is okay. Chris, make a saving throw versus spell. Okay, you failed. Um, but you know what?
Now I'm actually a table.
Yeah. The as Frankie pulls out
Ew.
the chest,
Ew.
there is there's kind of a spark that happens, it looks like it shoots through the chest, kind of shoots through Frankie, harmlessly, kind of passing all the way through his body. The full charge passing down into Chris Copperfield. And roll a
Oh, it hurts now.
20-sided die for me, please. Whoa! 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Damn.
I just cannot type. I did roll R20. I didn't put 1D20. It is a 12.
Oh, I see what you did. It's
Ah,
you didn't
okay.
actually roll.
Roll a 20. There's the 20.
I was like, wow, that was really impressive. Yeah, I'm so out of it as the DM. You could have just like rolled with that, and I wouldn't have fucking known. That's how little sleep I've got. Thank you for being truthful though. Okay, 12. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh yeah. Let me see something real quick. Where is Chris Copperfield? I gotta look at Chris Copperfield's character sheet real quick. As the magic surges down into Chris Copperfield's body, Cameron, now that you can roll a die, roll a d8.
I'm assuming other Cameron.
Yeah. Country Fried Cameron. Okay, 5. All right. Some sort of magical energy discharges out of Chris Copperfield. Like, just charges out of him. And
Like out his ass.
just out of every orifice. And
no.
let's see. Is was Buster Cherry like all the way over here? Is he still way outside?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. So the energy wave kind of like goes around, it kind of flashes back on Sarducci, and both Chris Copperfield and Sarducci find themselves now with active mirror image 4 clones each. And that spell is now like blown from Chris Copperfield's brain.
No.
Like for the day anyway.
Wait a minute. Chuck is in that room too.
Oh,
Permanent
Chuck.
spell lock would be
Oh,
crazy.
Chuck is also
Yep.
in that room. Yeah, Chuck also. Okay, so then Chuck also has the mirror images then.
So like I see the bright flash and then I look and there's 15.
Yeah, there's
People
like a
in the
whole
room?
bunch of people around you. It doesn't hit because it kind of channels through Frankie.
Yeah,
So
I
Frankie
was
doesn't get
grounded.
it. Yeah, he was ground and then
That is the strangest trap I've ever heard of.
It wasn't necessarily the trap. It was because of the type of trap and because of the nature of Chris Copperfield. The mysterious nature of Chris Copperfield.
Truly mysterious.
Yeah. He's got a little
Now,
bit of wildness going on. So a magical trap affected him differently. Yes, he is he's also a gooner. I mean, that's true too, but that's like a whole
Forever.
different thing.
I just don't understand. Like all four of us are talking. I just don't
Yeah.
I don't understand.
But kind
so
of a
let's look
boon.
over the chest.
Imagine if Webb had gone off.
Oh my god.
Oh, talk about gooning.
Cause that would have that would have just been as easy to happen.
Or fireball or lightning bolt.
Or anything.
Yeah. There could have been some dangerous stuff. Does he? I don't think he had-
Magic missile.
Magic
Magic
missile
missile.
would
Oh,
not
God.
have been good. Yeah. Magic missile definitely would not have been good. Sleep or hold person would not have also been good. I mean, sleep at least, eventually you'd wake up and at least it wouldn't have Buster'd be like, "Hey guys, fuck, did they die?" Like, but yeah, so now the three of you have these mirror images, and the chest is out.
Yeah, let's look it over up close.
Just a small wooden chest. Not anything special about it. It does have a small lock plate on it. Looks like it would be easy to break off. But obviously not sure if the chest itself has any kind of traps on it.
Does anybody want to give it a once over for those? Can we, or should we just pop a lock?
I mean, you can. Almost every character has the ability to kind of basically search for traps, even if they can't necessarily disarm them.
I don't know. Chuck was just about to just smash the thing.
I'll look at it for half a
All,
second
all,
for
all
these
four
traps.
Chucks. All four Chucks are just like.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like I checked it for traps just now.
Yeah, you looked it over. Chuck looked it over, and what's he doing?
Oh, I'm smashing that lock off.
Hell yeah.
With
My
Sword?
fists.
with your fist, you're just breaking it off.
Yeah,
Karate
I have-
chop, dude.
I have on the
Oh,
gauntlets.
those
of ogre
gauntlets. That's
power.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a 20 then. Let's see. That's right. I forgot about those gauntlets. Fuck.
Just flat 20.
Yeah.
Just destroys the chest.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, that was almost a 1. Did you see that?
Yeah. And
Very
in fact, that is pretty much what happens. Chuck goes to like punch because it's not, like I said, it's not really that big. It's only about a foot wide and maybe about like half a foot like deep or whatever. So Chuck punches it and it just like the whole lock is smashed off. It like splinters apart, and within the contents spill out. Looks like about 400 gold, a gold necklace, a gold
Hell yeah.
chain, and some sort of a scroll.
Wait, a gold necklace
Scroll.
and a gold chain?
No, the gold chain is the gold necklace. Sorry, I was being more specific because it doesn't have an amulet. It's just like a chain. It's like a little pimp chain.
Like what I wear?
Do you have a little pimp chain?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What was the last thing? The chain,
Uh,
gold,
Scroll.
Scroll.
and a scroll. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I've got that written down for later.
Can you check out a scroll without like reading it?
Yeah.
Surely, right?
Sure.
I ought to take a peek at that scroll there. I say from 5 mouths.
Chris Copperfield takes a look at the scroll, and immediately identifies that that scroll, probably not for him. That scroll is much more useful to Sarducci, as it seems to be some sort of a scripture-y looking thing.
So I take a look at the scroll then.
And you identify that scroll as a scroll of protection from undead.
Do I already have those? I have a scroll that's a ward against undead. Is that basically the same thing?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. I have 2 of those now.
It's always a good thing to have, and even if
Yes.
you don't necessarily need it, you could always possibly sell or maybe even trade those to a temple.
Mm,
Yeah.
nifty.
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
can
400 gold and a gold chain. The gold chain doesn't look like something that would be magical. It's just like just a, s- just a strand, or at least you don't think. But it does look gold. It looks like it'd probably be worth something.
I hate to say it,
Nice.
but because what's his name isn't here, we're only dividing this 400 by 5.
Well, I mean, hey, that's the way
Yeah,
Mega Dungeon works.
That's how it
You
goes.
snooze, you
Yeah.
lose.
Everybody gets 80.
nice.
Okay.
And then whoever wants the gold chain, I guess.
I don't have a necklace. Wait, yes, I.
It doesn't mean you can't have multiple necklaces.
Yeah.
Mr. T was a thing that existed. I mean, is a thing that exists. Mr. T is still alive, right? Is
Sure.
Mr. T alive?
Pretty
Yeah,
sure
he
we're still
is.
alive.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got to
Question.
be, right? Mr.
I'll wear the gold necklace if no one wants it then.
Sure.
Oh yeah, he's like got Instagram.
I don't know why, but I was thinking in the dungeon for some reason.
Oh, look at Mr. T. All right, cool. Um,
Beautiful.
so you've cracked.
ADHD and D.
Yes, exactly. Cursed. Yeah, I know. You've cracked the altar. You've gotten your treasure, and now that the altar is broken, you're feeling a less oppressiveness in this room. And actually, when you first came in here, there was a smell of like old incense, and that is gone now. It just kind of smells musty in here.
How long would it take me to take the hammer and just like deface the symbols on the wall?
Mm, With help, if you get help from your friends, you probably do it in a turn. But if you have to do it by yourself, it might take a little while. It might take like a half hour.
Everybody everybody help. Let's take these symbols out.
We hit
I'm
thing.
gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Hit
bang on it with my
Oh.
bone.
Yeah,
All right.
so everybody's in there just banging.
So everybody is defacing
Smashing.
the evil temple.
Except for what's his face, who's outside and refusing to enter this room.
Yep.
Buster
Oh
Cherry is
yeah,
just like,
Buster Cherry. Well, it makes sense because he's a dwarf priest. They don't really fuck with undead. He doesn't have the undead stuff that you got. So he's creeped out by this whole thing. He's like, I don't want no part of it.
Oh,
Um,
no.
yeah, I mean, it's probably a good thing that he's over here too, though, by the door because he's kind of keeping watch as you guys make a shit ton of noise.
yeah,
Um,
this is true. This is true.
and of course, we don't forget about our guys here. They're starting to make a little bit more time here. They're getting over there as you do that. And after about 10 minutes of smashing and cursing, you guys, well, you've pretty much defaced the entire temple, and
Hell yeah.
yeah, now it's just a little room filled with shards of stone and regret.
Right.
Eh, shards of
Uh,
stone and regret.
so yeah, it looks like unless there's anything else you want to do in this room, the temple is well the altar is busted, glyphs are busted.
Heck yeah.
Did we go through those crates in that other room last time? I don't remember if we did.
Yeah, that's where we got
Yeah.
that's where we got the scroll and the potions
Yeah,
Okay.
and the
yeah.
cloak that no.
And
Yeah.
Yeah,
then
the
you
cloak.
and then
Nobody's claimed that cloak?
I,
I think that's correct.
I think it's still just hanging out as a
Well, I'll take it.
party item.
Yeah, nobody because I don't think anybody we never determined what the cloak was, so
What is this cloak? How does it look?
Um, it for you, it's a bit long. It might
Okay.
drag just a tiny bit on the floor for you. You might have to take it up a bit. But it other than that, it just looks like a regular cloak. It kind of, kind of fits around your shoulders. It does have a little bit of a hood, and there is like a clasp.
It's like common materials.
Fine. It
Mm.
might be silk.
Oh.
Nice.
It's pretty nice, and it's black. So it's pretty good. It's like dirty. It's kind of dusty from being down here. It's cobwebs and shit all over it. But other than that, no, it's pretty
Gotcha.
nice. Also, yeah, for the most part, I'm gonna say that these boxes are mostly gone because you've busted them up in order to make the
wait.
litter.
Did you say it was silk?
Yeah,
Is it spider silk? Is it a spider silk cloak? Because it was with spiders.
make an intelligence check.
I will in a second. I had to get my piece of Dubai chocolate.
As Frankie is putting on the cloak.
Oh, look at that.
Sarducci goes over and he's not even that worldly about this kind of thing, but he goes over and he touches it as you're putting it on, and it does it even kind of smells like the spiders you just killed.
I
Gross.
think this
Did
is
you just smell my hair, Sarducci?
no. I would never do that without permission.
Without permission, he says.
Now your
But-
feet.
You're at
That's
night.
fair game.
I don't talk about what I do at the night. When the cloaca, the cloaca, the cloaca.
I knew it. I was
No,
thinking
that's a
that
different
too.
thing.
I was God damn it.
You knew it was coming, didn't you? You knew it was coming.
Oh, okay. You just keep doing that. You just keep doing that. I'm gonna I gotta take a. You know what I gotta do.
Yeah, I know what you got to do. The cloak it seems to be made from the silk of the spiders, so it may have some properties. When we get back up to the surface, we may have to figure it out. It may not be magical, but it may have other properties. And it may be pretty, it may be a pretty copper.
Pretty vicons.
Now, I was at Save a Lot, and Save a Lot had Dubai chocolate.
Ooh.
And so I've had one piece of this. It's all right.
I thought you were gonna say
You've really got to like pistachio
save a
to
lot.
like.
Never mind the Bullocks on cassette.
But
There was another a ring, a gold ring that I picked up off of our other player, the Ian's thief. Whenever he conked out.
Ah,
Yep.
yes.
I don't know if that's a special ring or not, but I was gonna put that on.
That was Roland had a, let's
The gold
see,
ring.
a gold ring.
It may not have been special. I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Okay. Yes. Um, it doesn't do anything immediately.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna
I
give
slide
you
it
a
on
sex
though.
pistol, says Nathan.
It immediately turns him into a spider because of the cloak he's wearing.
Nah.
It's initiative.
Nah, nothing
No.
seems to happen, at least not right now, but you are wearing both the ring and the cloak.
Cool.
Okay. All right. So,
So where is the last door that we haven't go through?
well, there
two.
is a door here. There's a door here. And,
So I say we go through the hallway door first because the hallway door is going to be on the way to the other green door.
Efficiency. I like it.
You're saying
But it's
that
also
way.
almost 10 o'clock and we've spent so much time in this goddamn room.
true.
We'll get through this today.
Yeah. Well, we'll
Of
see.
course.
Let's see. So
Yeah.
you then the party with
All 25 of us.
the party with Chuck. I'm assuming you're going with your standard order, right? Chuck
Yep.
in the front, Sarducci in the back, everybody else kind of in the middle. Is that the
Yeah.
is that the
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
I'll hold my torch
I
high.
grabbed the altar, not myself.
Oh, don't take the altar.
Grab the altar, take it with us.
All right. So then the way that you intend to go, I guess, is like what? Like here, just like that,
Is
Yep.
that a door?
Just that path.
like that.
Is this a door right here though?
No, that's just a an artifact of using a
Oh, I
box to
see.
create a hallway, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So that
no,
is that's an open hallway.
yes. I believe that this and this are not doors, they're open hallway. I don't think anyway. Let me look. Actually, on. No, that is a door, but that isn't. I had to actually look at the real map to see what was what. So that actually is a door up here, but that is not. That is open hallway.
Yeah, there is a red mark up there.
Yeah, I think it's just hard to see because it's yeah. So there. And then of course you have this marked as a trap that you're already aware of. There's a big pit there because you had to cross it to get over into this room. You make your way up through this hallway, through this door, which is still open, and then down over here you can see, of course, the large open pit here, and right on the left wall in the middle, right smack dab in the middle of that fucking pit, uh, is a large double door.
In the
But the
pit.
pit,
In the pit.
the
No,
pit
not
is
in the pit. Like it's like in the
Above
hallway,
the
but
pit.
the
Right above
pit
it.
is now, because there is a pit there, the pit is in front, if
but
that makes
isn't the pit,
sense.
isn't it a shallow pit? Is this the shallow pit?
It's not that shallow, no. And but now I'm
So
trying to think. Did you?
so that pit does care about its looks a lot.
I'm trying to think though. Is that the pit you guys put a door over?
No, that was on the other floor.
No, that
where
was on the
Roland
other
fell through.
floor. You're right.
I
Okay.
think this we just jumped over.
Yeah, I think so. So this is an open pit.
Oh yeah, what could go wrong there?
Yeah. Yeah, the tough thing about the door is that it's centered in the wall right where the pit is. And the
So
pit's
how
like a 5-foot pit, so it's like the double door is literally like right exactly, like the pit is exactly in front of the fucking door.
so how deep is the pit?
So the pit, I think, let's see. It looks like the pit is 10 feet. So it's not like crazy deep.
So if somebody stands in the pit and then somebody else stands on their shoulders, they could actually be at the door and work on that door.
That sounds logical to me.
Sure.
So that is what Sarducci is saying. Somebody should stand on somebody's shoulders to open the door.
Well, I mean, maybe not Buster
Yeah, probably not
and
Buster.
and Frankie.
So
Yeah, I think it's
Now-
I guess
Chuck.
so I guess it's either you or me, Chris. We will stand
or
on
Chuck.
Chuck. I don't want Chuck to stand on my shoulders. Chuck is a heavy man.
And he's got lots of armor too, like a ton.
Like that would be both me and Chris having to support Chuck.
Right. That does seem likely that would be the way that would work.
So
That's kind
do
of what
you
I'm thinking as well.
do you want to open the door or do I want to open the door?
I think that's a question you can only ask yourself if you want to open the door.
Well, rock, paper, scissors.
Oh God, we're Rochambeau for it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, shoot. Right.
Yep.
All right.
Two. All right, ready?
Yep.
1,
Yep.
2,
Oh,
3.
let me sync this up.
Yeah,
Hold
we're
on,
not.
let me get the camera up. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Let's-
All right, ready? All right, here we
Ready?
go. 1,
1,
2,
2, 3,
3, shoot.
shoot. Haha. All right.
All right, here we go.
Ready? One more time.
Ready?
1, 2,
2,
3,
3,
shoot.
shoot. Jesus fucking Christ.
3 out of 3.
Wow.
3 out. All right, here we go. Last one.
All right. 1,
1, 2,
2,
3,
3,
shoot.
shoot.
Fucking
All right,
hell.
I'll open the fucking door. I'll do it.
It's fair.
Enough of this,
terrible.
Sarducci.
That's so funny.
Wow.
That's so funny.
Holy moly.
What are the odds?
Wow.
What are the odds?
Chris's smile fades and the fucking mustache covers his mouth entirely. All right.
But wait, here's the best part is that there are 5 Chucks down in the
Oh,
pit.
fuck.
And then there are 5 Chris's
Oh, that's
Climbing up-
right.
climbing
Which one do you
on top.
stand on?
Oh my god.
Do I have to roll?
Because Chuck is
Oh,
just
yeah.
gonna raise his hand and say, "I'm the one."
I feel like there's a lot of like, is that you? And then like,
Oh,
because
God.
it's not
Okay.
a combat situation. Yeah, I'm gonna say that it's you can
That's
kind of
hilarious.
figure it out. And
That is so
All
hilarious.
right. All right. I'll climb up the shoulders.
all right,
What's the doorknobs look like on this thing?
the doorknobs on this thing are pretty large. They're actually big, adorned knockers.
Yes.
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 They're big
Yeah, they
knockers.
Yeah, they're big, adorned knockers.
Wait. Like I got to knock on the door?
Maybe.
You know, that's just crazy enough to work. And I knocked the knockers.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Do you
You know
knock
who else- you know who
both
else
at
has big knockers?
once? Do you knock
Is Asia
one,
Argento? Asia
No,
Argento
no,
also
both.
had
or
big
do you
knockers.
like knock them in like a weird pattern or something?
I'm gonna stagger him so it goes. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, so you go. I don't know if that came through or not. It didn't look like it did.
Not
But
at all.
it was
Really?
that was boom, 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 essentially
Yeah, yeah.
making some noises. YouTube heard it. Anyway, as Chris Copperfield bangs on the door goes creaks open very, very slowly, both
Inward.
I had a feeling.
inward. Yes.
In
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Whoa.
And inside, there it seems to be a large room. You can kind of see there's obviously Chuck can't really see anything because he's down in a pit. Chris kind of
Chuck should be able to see, but the pit's only 5 feet deep.
10.
Oh,
I got a torch.
But Chris has a straight on view of this foot. I mean,
this foot. No,
Oh,
no,
first time I've
it's-
seen that
no,
behind a locked
Chuck,
door.
Chuck has a straight on view of the foot that's on his shoulders. This giant ass
I
foot.
said that because I was scratching my foot.
For some reason, I just get this picture. What
Uh,
I see is that Monty Python cartoon style giant foot. Monty
foot like in a
Python.
cutout, yeah, like
Yes,
it's like
yes.
a paper cutout, and it goes.
Yeah,
Pretty
pretty much.
much. Speed picks, exactly. Yeah, he opens the door just to a giant catch of feet picks. It's like the biggest mega of feet picks that you could ever find. No,
We're rich.
sorry. No. So Chris sees from straight on, and he's got a torch. He holds his torch high up so that you can see as the doors kind of creak open. As they creak open, they do it unnaturally. They move like, normally he would think just knocking them would have like kind of not made them open just a little bit, but they're like kind of just opening like slowly in a fashion of like, okay, that's not momentum that did that. Everybody who's
The
kind of
ghost.
behind on the other side, so I'm assuming that like since like Chuck is like right in the middle, and let's see, Chris is kind of like right on top of him, right? Like everybody else is like just right behind right here in this general area here. So um you can kind of see anybody who's right here can kind of see into the room as the doors are opening. And even Sarducci, who's kind of like at the very back, is still probably in a position where he can kind of see it, the light shining in. The room is large. It looks like it is 40 by 40, 40 by 30 feet, probably about 40 feet wide, 30 feet deep. Uh, it has a grand vaulted looking ceiling. It almost looks like the inside of a cathedral. And the walls are adorned with intricate carvings and beautiful looking tapestries. Um, you noticed that there are some statues, there are paintings, there are tapestries. It looks like this is somewhat of a treasure trove, but then you notice something far in the center of the back of the room. It looks like a highly, highly ornate sarcophagus. You think that this is some sort of fancy tomb, but Somebody, actually, Chris, because he's the one looking straight on. Make an intelligence check.
No way. What am I looking at here? This. Whatever the die says.
Oh, nice.
It's fucking
doubt-
Blucula.
I doubt it has a cross on it.
You, yeah, it looks like at the far end of the room, there is
Tapas? There's tapas in the room?
there's a sarcophagus, but here's what you notice. In a bunch of the other rooms, a lot of the various parts of the rooms were covered with like dust and debris. There's no
Yeah.
dust in here. Like
They're
it's
keeping it very
clean.
Uh-oh.
In use.
Excellent.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yes, that's the general vibe that Chris Copperfield is getting from this room.
I'm gonna tell the guys in the hallway, it's a dang old sarcophagus. There's a vampire in there.
So, here's the thing. We could because the pit is only 5 feet across. We can jump across the pit. It wouldn't be anything to jump from the hallway into the room, right?
Yeah, no, you can totally do that. In fact, the double doors are so wide that I mean you can almost step. Now that the doors have opened completely, you can almost just step from the hallway into the room. Chris easily can just kind of pull himself the rest of the way up into the room. Would be the easiest thing for him to do. Um, but yeah, anybody in the hallway would be able to get up. Chuck is going to be the one that has the worst time, because somebody's
Yeah.
going to have to pull him up or.
Oh, someone give me some help here. Got me stubby little legs. I can't do.
So when Sarducci gets in the room, he'll help and he'll help pull Chuck up.
Okay.
So I assume everybody's going in the room.
Is everybody going
if
into
we're
the
doing
room?
this,
Yeah.
we're doing this.
After a few moments, yeah, everybody makes it up into the room, and it's just as I've described, a big vaulted ceiling, kind of marble, almost like columns on the walls, tapestries, paintings, vases, just or vases, however you prefer. You say vagina, I say vajeza. What? Never mind.
Yes.
Oh my.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
sorry. Anyway, yeah. So what are you doing? What is everybody doing in here? What's Chuck Testa doing? I'll go from left to right.
I'm doing a nice slow perimeter, clockwise, around the room, just looking at things.
All right. You gonna look close enough to search for secret doors?
You know what? I will. Sure.
What's Buster? Ooh, what's
Hey.
Buster doing?
Buster is going to probably assist in that venture.
Right.
With some of this
I see.
and
Okay.
maybe some of this.
Uh-huh. All right. So
And
Buster,
just massive
yeah.
failures all around.
Buster's just some of this, some of
It
that,
looks like
and
walls,
some of
all right.
this. All right. And then what about Chris Copperfield? What is he doing?
I'm gonna kind of sidle my way into the room, and I'm gonna keep an eye on that fucking fucking sarcophagus.
How close are you gonna get to it?
15 feet.
Okay, so you're gonna keep a respectable distance.
Yeah. I'm ready to blast Dangle Dracula with magic missiles if he comes out.
I see. I gotcha. Makes sense. And okay, so that you're posted up. Sarducci. What's Sarducci doing?
Sarducci's getting closer. Sarducci wants to see if there's any writing on the sarcophagus. So he's actually going to get like right up here, right
Okay,
next to
so
the
he's got to get real close because if he's looking for writing, he's okay. Sarducci. Fortunately, Chris Copperfield's got a nice big torch that he's holding high, and so
But we
Sarducci
also have
approaches.
Chuck.
Yeah, but
Chuck-
Chuck is kind of facing the wall, so
Mm.
if he's searching, probably his light, he's probably using it like a flashlight against the
Mm.
wall. I'm assuming. To
Yeah.
great effect, apparently. And then finally, this turn, what is Frankie gonna do?
I think I'm just gonna stick with Chris, and I'm going to maybe get a little closer to the casket, because I mean, if he's in there, he's got to wake up to do anything. So
Okay.
maybe we could take care of him while he's sleeping.
All right. So
Yeah.
you're gonna approach, get up there close with Sarducci. Okay. All right. So everybody's kind of doing their thing. Chuck Testa has he's going around and you're making your kind of way around, and when you finally get to the back wall where the sarcophagus kind of it's not attached to the wall. There is a little, it is kind of like it is how you've drawn it on the map, so there's a little space between. Right there, Chuck thinks that he might have found something, possibly some sort of a concealed door, just behind the sarcophagus. Unfortunately, Buster didn't find shit. He looked all over. He didn't find nothing. He's just, I mean, nothing that wasn't already uncovered. Chris Copperfield, just hanging out at the ready. So Sarducci and Frankie, they come up close and they're kind of looking at it from either side. Sarducci's trying to see if he can see any writing on it, and Frankie's trying to assess the situation to see, kind of how it opens, whatnot. Sarducci, go ahead and let's go ahead and have Sarducci make a wisdom check.
Uh-oh.
Not very
Nope.
wise today.
Not for this.
There is one bit of writing. There's one bit of writing at the very top of the sarcophagus. But you don't know what it means. It's not
Is it
from
is that actually readable?
It's readable, but the language seems to be kind of ancient. It looks somewhat familiar, but you're just not able to make it out. Maybe even familiar, but for some reason, no, not really. As far as Frankie can see, the sarcophagus looks like it would looks like it's pretty standard, meaning that the top can be kind of likely pushed off. The stone top is like a cap.
Is it like setting straight on the ground, or is it on like a plinth, or is it on something, or like a table?
It's the sarcophagus is stone, and it's actually built into the stone of the floor, so it kind of comes up from the stone of the floor.
Okay.
and then the cap is separate. But even the cap is like it's like thick stone, maybe 6 inches. It looks like it would be incredibly heavy to get off there. So that's what you found. So yeah, Chuck found a secret door, and that's where you're at right now.
Going over to the secret door with Chuck.
Hey, there's a door here. Go this way first before we open that coffin. Or we could open it.
I'm ready to blast that dang old vampire.
All right. Well, if we live, we can go through this door. How about that?
Sounds good.
Make a intelligence check, Chuck.
I like these.
Make an intelligence check.
An intelligence check.
Yes.
Oh
I am so
wow!
intelligent today.
Wow.
Hey.
1 in a million.
There's like a distinct odor coming from the secret door. It smells like a very intense odor of fresh blood.
Hmm.
This might be their meat locker or something. Like the venison's in here. Smells like blood.
Does that secret door, does it just shift open, or do you see any way to get it open?
It looks like it's at this point you look like there might be a way to shift it to the side. It's going to take some strength though.
Well,
Oh,
if we're
you need some
saying we want to
strength.
look at it, I can shift it or give it a shot.
Go ahead. I mean, if that's what you're
Sure.
gonna is Chuck gonna do that?
Pretty
Why
please, Chuck.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Chuck smells this blood, makes a comment about venison, and then goes and you open the secret door, and behind the secret door is kind of a chamber. It's not that big, maybe only about 8 feet round, and hanging from this chamber are these kind of racks of, well, at first it looks like an animal, but as you're looking close, it looks like there are people kind of wrapped up in these.
Soylent Green
I was just
is
thinking of Soylent Green, man.
evil.
God damn it. I can't believe you guys
Wrapped
made me
up in
watch that
these,
shit.
it almost like they're like hanging from these blood sacks from the
Oh
ceiling.
no!
So they're like kind of in these like bloody, like
Like
translucent,
cocoons.
yeah, translucent like blood cocoons. And when you when you open the door, you notice like one of them kind of like moves a little bit,
Ooh.
like on its own.
Oh,
What does the floor look like?
The
Mm.
floor in the main room is a very polished stone because it's kind of like fancy like the rest of the room. But the floor in this back little room is like the floor of the rest of the dungeon. It's just like
Are,
stone,
are there any kind of like
rough hewn stone.
little like dugouts in the stone, like little drainage dugouts or anything like that?
Yes, there actually are. And it's like there's the whole room is like stained with blood and it's just
Yeah.
nasty.
I just wonder.
So,
Might want to be careful with how much blood comes out of this place. So you know.
so listen. I don't know what is in this, but I have an idea. But I also have an idea of how we might be able to hurt it before it hurts us. If we can slightly shift the lid of the sarcophagus, I can take one of my flasks of oil, throw it in there and break the oil, and then, Chris, you can light it on fire, and we can
Yes.
quickly, and then we can burn whatever is inside. Does that
All
sound?
the loot.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All
Do
right.
we get an evil sense from this room, like we got from the altar room?
Nah, not at all.
Oh, just hanging blood cocoons and channels and yeah, not at all.
I was
So
fully expecting the elevator from The Shining when that door opened up. By the way.
So Sarducci is actually going to lean down and put his ear against the sarcophagus.
Oh, that's a terrible idea, Sarducci.
Okay. Sarducci leans down, and Sarducci leans down, and Sarducci puts his ear on the sarcophagus, and make a saving throw versus spell.
Oh man.
Oh damn. Do we know much about vampires? Like,
I
would
failed.
Frankie know? Would Frankie know what a vampire is?
Sarducci is like, you stand back up, and now you don't think
put
it's
him
a
down?
good idea to take to use the fire. It's not a good idea to use the fire, but maybe we should still check and see what's in the sarcophagus.
Maybe we don't use the fire. Maybe we just open it up.
You just said the other thing. Why?
I just get a feeling. What could be that bad?
That's what I'm saying.
And as you
Hold
are
on. Can I make an intelligence check on that?
yeah, go ahead and make an intelligence check.
Yeah, because I got an inkling, and he just Sarducci wouldn't ever lead us astray, I don't think you'd flip flop like that so bad. You did do that on the altar, but I don't know, 2 in one day. No way.
He does seem like he's acting a little strange.
Yeah, I'm gonna whip out my scroll of dispel magic and fucking read the words and blast it at Sarducci.
Okay. Okay. You that is actually going to be initiative. So everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
Sarducci's just like, it's alright.
No problems. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
That's
oh my god.
I
That's
know. I
horrible.
just saw that.
That's horrible. That is
Dun-dun-dun.
like, yep, that's the
Save
initiative.
hell, save the multi. Oh. Sundays. Only here.
Bum.
All right, so Chris Copperfield he's up. So he's gonna immediately just dispel at Sarducci.
That's Sarducci. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So you do that, and Sarducci snaps out of the charm that was overtaking him. And you realize that now the cap is starting to go and it's starting to kind of shake the top of the sarcophagus. And Frankie and Chuck Testa, what are you guys doing? You see the sarcophagus, the top of it it's going wild. It looks like it might blow.
What do we do, Chuck?
Speaking of
pull
blowing,
my sword.
Asia Argento from the 1980s would do that.
I'll draw my short sword to get ready.
I think I'm doing the same. Draw my sword, but also lighting a torch in case Sarducci does throw this oil.
Gotcha. Okay. So Chuck lights a torch. You guys take out your weapons and ready yourselves. What about Buster? He sees this happening too. What's he doing?
Can Buster do anything special?
Bust. Busting makes him feel
It
good.
makes him feel good.
yeah,
That's for damn sure.
I was thinking that too. Oh my goodness gracious me.
Let's see. Okay, interesting. He's going to have his battle axe out, and he's also going to get out his holy symbol.
Mm-hmm. I
And that's
see.
what he does.
Okay. So he does that, gets his battle axe out. As he does that, the cap explodes off of the sarcophagus. Everyone around, make a saving throw versus dragon breath for the explosion.
Damn.
Hey.
Oof.
Fortunately, it's not that bad. Anyone that failed receives 4 hit points worth of damage. Anyone that succeeded only receives 2 of various stone and debris that comes crackling out. And of course, once the clears, everything kind of clears, you see this tall figure kind of rises up out of the yeah, like kind of rises up out, almost like there's nothing below there. There's no like, it's not a hole, but he kind of rises up out of it like it is a hole in a very very weird way. And it is Sarducci's turn.
So Sarducci has the the vial in his hand, or the flask of oil in his hand. He just unpops it and he splashes it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a 20 plus your any dexterity bonus. What's your dex?
So my dex is 9, so it's just 16.
Just 16. Okay.
But still, that's a pretty good. That's a pretty
But
good
still,
roll.
Echo. Yeah. So yeah, you cover this guy with oil. You just like splash it all over him. I mean, you're right there, and it is initiative.
Uh, did that HP damage hit our mirror images first?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
Yeah.
HP damage, I totally forgot about that. You're right. That HP damage would have knocked out anybody with mirror image. Didn't get that damage. It would just get knocked out by the damage. So
Just one of the mirror images.
just one of the mirror images is knocked out.
All right.
Well, since it was an explosion, who if you failed,
Yeah.
let's see. If you succeeded, one of your mirror images was knocked out. If you failed, two of your mirror images are knocked out.
That's
Because
fine.
it was an explosion. So. Yeah. All right. Is that it? Okay. Oh my goodness.
Pain.
All right. Well, Chris Copperfield sees this. He was right all along. He sees this ghastly looking, pale, white gentleman, taller and more handsome than he should be for somebody who is sleeping in the mega dungeon, rise from his crypt.
All right.
What are you doing?
Well, I was ready, and I'm just gonna cast Magic Missile. But first, I'm gonna roll a 1d100.
1d100. Wow.
You mean like that?
A 1?
Whoa.
You got a 1?
Wait, what was that
That's
for?
nice.
Whoa. What the fuck?
Was it?
Oh, wild magic?
I'm
Wild magic
casting
roll?
casting magic. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I
You're
forget
casting
I forget to roll
magic.
initiative.
Fuck, you're casting magic, which means, uh-oh,
You just exploded.
that's a 1. Holy
Whoa.
crap. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious me. I'm gonna got the wrong book. Oh, yes. A 1. Holy smokes. Um that could be
Things are
I'm
going to
assuming
be
bad.
Catastrophic.
I don't know. It could I let's
You should, one is the best thing you could roll, and it just completely incinerates this
One
dude.
shots. That would be
see.
crazy.
He is covered with oil, so God knows.
Go ahead and roll me a d20.
He's like, I've never gotten a 1.
That's wild. 17. Okay. Okay.
Instead of magic missile, it fires flowers at him.
Now go ahead and roll the damage for that.
For just magic missile.
Yeah, that's the standard damage that you would normally roll.
Okay. Let me hit the Buton. How much is it? It's 3
Oh yeah, it's gonna
1d6 plus 1.
Yeah, so
3d6
plus
plus 3.
3.
Wow.
So
Lots of 1s.
Chris Copperfield casts this magic missile. The missiles show up. The missiles are kind of like shifting through colors like a rainbow. And then you launch the 3 missiles at this creepy looking guy. The missiles strike him directly in the chest, and they seem like they do a significant amount of damage to him. as he lets out kind of a roar, and like it almost like knocks him back. It seems like you really injured him, and now he kind of had this like fluffy shirt kind of poking out from his coat, and now that whole fluffy poof section he had, right, it's all like charred, and you can see like a big hole in his chest. And
Damn.
Well,
he doesn't look happy about that at all. Um, and hey, why did that? Oh, there we go. And then it is Sarducci. You're at 10, I think. Does actually, if I'm not mistaken. You say you're level 8, right?
Yep.
Yes.
He probably doesn't like this either.
Sarducci hits him with the holy symbol. That drives him back even further. And basically what happens is, because you have opened up this this wall back here, he actually kind of like almost like falls slash like turns, and he is like bolting for inside of his food storage chamber. And
Those are free hits, boys.
Oh, yeah.
Those are just hits at this point. Just start slashing.
so yeah, he's kind of, it looks like he is in the throes of a run.
Damn.
However, you notice you're going to have to start to act fast, because as his foot kind of leaves the sarcophagus, you see it almost looks like it's starting to turn to mist. So make your shots count. It is Frank.
Oof. Well, if I get a chance, I guess.
Yeah, you he's
Try and
turned, so
hamstring the
he's,
guy.
yeah, he's right there.
So do I roll to hit here, or is it
Yes.
like a?
Yeah,
Okay.
roll a hit.
Let's see how it goes. Oof.
Oh!
Ah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, that's not going to be a hit, even though he's kind of back to you now, so it does give him a little bit of a penalty to armor class. That is definitely not a hit, but
He's
Chuck's,
unusually quick.
he is unusually quick and mist-like. But Chuck is right there.
Well,
Come on, Chuck.
you did oil him, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep. Then I'm swinging with the torch,
Ah,
um, which I think is this.
That guy's all oiled up, man.
Oh, that's
that is definitely not.
I've opened the door
He's
again.
opening the doors.
No, I think you're probably just gonna, if you don't have it set as if you don't have a club as a weapon, because a torch is
D4.
basically a flaming club. So if you don't have a club as a weapon, just roll a d20 as like your attack roll.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god. That's amazing.
Oh
That
man.
is that is amazing.
that was a max damage crit.
Oh
Yeah, it was.
shit.
Oh my god.
Massive explosion. We
As
made quick work.
as this vampire is running, and starting to turn into fucking mist, right?
I just see Chuck just golf clubbing this guy.
No, here's what happens. He runs in, everybody's like, Chris hits him with the magic missile, puts the hole in his chest. You can actually see a hole in the flesh of his chest. When he turns to run, Frankie swings, misses. Chuck just takes the thing and shoves it right in the fucking hole.
Ah,
Sick.
Essentially stabbing him in the heart with a fucking flaming stake, which then, I mean, and it's all of Chuck's strength, so it like fucking rips right through his back
that's amazing.
and then completely catches fire.
Hell yeah.
And he's like, "Ah!" and he just, the flames just tears him apart as he tries to flee, and it just ash and the skeleton hits the floor and the stone and just busts
So-
apart. And holy shit.
So
Huh.
Steve, who decided that he was not going, who decided this was probably the big bad. We took no damage during this because we have doppelgangers. We took no damage, and in 3 hits, completely annihilated this dude. He didn't even get a chance to hit anybody.
He charmed you, but other than that,
Yeah,
and
nothing
quick
else.
thinking kind of got, kind of
Mhm.
reversed that. So that
I-
was pretty
What did-
fucking incredible. Holy
Here's the
shit.
thing, though. What did that one do?
Oh,
wild magic one?
it was wild magic. So it basically he got like extra damage from that. It didn't do anything
Okay.
crazy. Yeah, it didn't
Okay.
end up doing anything crazy. It enhanced the wild, which was just a better hit basically.
Okay.
Which the wild can be anything. The wild can even be like a fizzled spell, or it can just be like some weird effect. But it happens to be a 17 was a like an enhanced effect. So yeah, he had already gotten like pretty fucked up from that the magic missile right away, but then turned. He wasn't destroyed. He was just gonna run, so he was still gonna be a threat even after turned, because eventually he's gonna,
He's got to turn back around.
yeah,
right?
yeah. Eventually, you're gonna keep fighting him. He's gonna turn back around. He's gonna turn into mist, turn into a fucking bat. He's gonna be fucking flying all around the room, trying to charm people and shit.
Oh,
Energy
No,
drain.
he's not.
Nope.
nope.
2 hits.
2 hits.
2 fucking hits. My vampire boss.
This is like Mega Dungeon. This is what Mega Dungeon
This
is.
is
though.
what Mega Dungeon is, because Mega Dungeon is like some shitty spiders can kill you.
Mhm.
But then
Look,
you
we
just like
one-shot
totally
the
fucking
boss.
rape the vampire lord that's like
Wow.
Damn. Okay. There's got to be loot in here.
Yeah, there's got to be some
Oh, well,
nice
there's
loot.
tons of loot in here, yeah, because this room is full of the loots.
But also,
What about the blood
we-
bags?
can we cut one of the blood bags open to see if anybody's still alive in there?
Hmm.
Yeah, there's like one of them is moving.
Oh, it's the princess, totally alive.
Yeah,
Oh, get her out, Chuck.
definitely.
Wait, didn't you find the head of the princess like
Yeah,
mutated
she's half
into
lobster.
Yeah.
a lobster?
Yeah.
She's cloned and in one of these.
So
So
if we
is
can
anybody
find a
gonna chuck?
princess that isn't
chuck the bag open?
decapitated.
actually, it's going to be Asia Argento in there.
Is anybody
No.
going to
Are you talking about the cheese?
No, that's Sergeant.
That's what happens after.
That's Sergeant. That's Sargento. oh, oh,
Oh
oh
man.
God.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Asia Sargento.
Oh no. Oh no. AI, please no. Whoa, oh god.
What?
I'm just thinking what would happen if you like put in Asia Argento and then Sargento cheese into an
Yeah.
AI image generator. Would
Oh my
that would
God,
like it
giant,
would it just be her eating cheese or would there be
be a
like
giant cheese dildo.
larger implications? Oh my
So,
goodness gracious me. All
so
right, so
whoever has a blade should open up the one that's writhing.
yeah.
You got the short sword.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I'll slice her out, or whoever it is out.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
How
I'll be
long are these?
I'll be delicate.
How long are we gonna have these mirror images? By the way, are they like the regular spell, and they're gonna fade out after
They're like
fizzle out after
isn't
a
it
little
like an
while?
hour or something, Garrett? What is mirror image? You should have that shit memorized.
I thought it's much shorter. I thought it's like 20 minutes or something.
They're probably done by now then, I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, they're gone.
Actually, Sarducci, as they're cutting them open, Sarducci actually has the what you call it out. He's got
Dick.
he's got his
Penis.
holy symbol out. His holy semen out. So.
We know. We know. All right. So what are you guys doing? You're like looking around for Oh no, you're cutting the thing. You're cutting the guy open.
Slicing
Yeah.
up a blood bag.
That's right. That's right. So you slice down the blood bag goes blood pours out along with a person. And on the ground, you see this guy, and he's like, ah, ah, thank you. And he's got all this blood all over him. He looks like an adventurer. And as he's scrambling to get all this blood off of his face and everything, and all, he's starting to uncover himself. You think he's a cleric?
Is he naked?
No, he's like in his armor.
Oh.
Yeah, like he doesn't have like gear or anything, but he's got his armor. He's got his robe is like blood soaked. He's like trying to like squeeze out his robe and like get all this blood off of him. But you see, it looks like, yeah, it reveals he looks like he is a cleric of light. And
Okay. I'm actually rushing over to him. I'm putting my holy symbol up to him. Were you bitten?
oh, no, no, I think I don't. Was I bitten? Was I bitten? I don't think I was bitten. I think I was meant to be food.
Actually, here's what I'm gonna do because I
You
don't
think you
know.
recognize the guy from the Mega Dungeon? You think you might have like seen him like up in the tavern like a couple weeks ago?
I was like, oh yeah, this guy.
All
I'm
right,
just
so
gonna try it
just in case, yeah, he's
just in
he's like,
case.
oh, what are you doing? Yeah, he seems like he's probably just a regular guy, and he's trying to get this blood off of him.
We should cut the rest of them. How many are there?
There's like 8.
So if we cut the rest of them, are they all? Or is everybody else dead, or is
Everybody
this
else
the
is
only
dead,
guy?
unfortunately. Yeah, this
Okay, we're gonna
cleric
loot.
introduces
we're-
himself as Garland, and he thanks you for saving him, and yeah, he's like,
Yeah, so they're dead, but are they still like maybe their armor and gear is still in
Yeah,
there.
we're looting all the dead ones.
So there's armor. There's stuff that these guys were wearing. So yeah, there is some armor. Some and possible, whatever's on
Jewelry,
them.
maybe.
Right. Okay. So are you going to loot the blood bodies first?
yeah, I guess we'll loot the blood bodies first since we're already in
All
here.
right. Let's see.
And
here,
then we'll loot the other room.
All right. Yeah.
Should we keep any of this blood?
Wait a minute.
There's a
is-
lot
Maybe.
of blood.
If you want to.
Maybe a blood potion. Yeah, I could
does
see.
does any of the does what's his name? What did you say his name was? Sargento?
No, Garland.
Garland.
You
Garland
weirdo.
Sargent. Garland Sargento.
Garland Sargento. Yes, of course. Definitely
There's a-
Garland
there's-
Sargento.
This is like a heavily Italian.
Yeah,
World.
it seems to be. It does seem to be that way. That is true.
Are any of these people Garland's people? Does Garland say that this is his party?
Yeah, that's his party.
Ah,
Well,
Yeah.
we're still going to.
You're still
basically
gonna
these
loot the
bodies.
party. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
7
actually-
adventures worth of loot. That's a.
I
yeah,
also-
you don't
I
think that
also
they
asked-
were maybe as experienced or prepared as you?
I'm gonna ask him what the date is, because whatever he thinks the date is, that's how long they've been here.
Ah,
So how long have they been here, basically?
not that long. Not that long. Just like maybe a couple days.
Oh, so they tried to come into our dungeon,
Yeah.
and
They
they
found out real
failed.
quick.
They came into our dungeon and failed miserably.
They did. They came in and yeah, he kind of he kind of crying describes an experience of coming in and encountering this room, and it just opened up for them, and it was easy to get across the pit, and then they went inside, and then he started hearing like a voice in his head, and then like the next thing he knew, he was just like him and the whole party were just in bags of blood. And yeah, and but they're like, even though they're dead, they're still kind of like fresh and kind of warm. It's pretty gross. So they seem like very freshly dead.
So they're
Ooh.
certified fresh.
Yum yum.
Yeah, certified
Mm.
fresh. As far as this party,
They got a 98%. They're good. All right.
let's see here. All in all, from them, you ended up getting about 237 gold pieces.
230 gold pieces.
Armors.
Armors.
Their armor is
Shitty armor.
none of their armor looks really that great, and anything that was light like leather is ruined completely.
And
Any
they don't have-
chains
they-
or rings or
Um,
family
weapons.
heirlooms.
yeah, there's a set of earrings. There is a silver chain. One of the guys is wearing a silver chain. And then there are two like pretty intricate looking daggers that their
they look
rogue
like-
was carrying.
Functional daggers, or are they functional daggers?
Yeah, they look functional for sure.
Okay.
Can we
Other-
ask Garland to look at over these items and be like, "Hey, does this mean any of these mean anything to you? Do you know what these are?"
he's pretty shook. But he takes a look over them, and the only thing that he's able to tell you is that he thinks that those daggers, he tells you to be careful because he thinks those daggers have like a reservoir for poison.
Hell yeah.
All right. So then,
And they
what
might
about
still be poisoned, so don't, just in case.
so what about the rest of the room? The rest of the store.
Right. So obviously back in the back there's really not much else in the blood room. And now in this big old room right here, there's a ton of like I said, there are just out in the open, there are tapestries and paintings. Let's
Are they
see.
good?
Yeah, they're excellent. There are 18 pieces. But some of them are pretty large. Actually, most of them are pretty large because like generally they're like paintings or tapestries or things. So like there's 18 painting and or tapestry pieces that look like they're good, they're fancy, probably worth money. Um, there
Any
are
any vases or other
yeah, there are
things?
3 vases.
Okay. Is there anything in the sarcophagus itself?
Yes, it does look like there is something in the sarcophagus itself.
Another vampire!
Another
Ah!
vampire! His mate, a lady. Um, within you find a bit of treasure. Within the vampire's sarcophagus, you find what looks to be 1,000 gold.
Woo!
Sure.
There is a long sword, or like a regular sword. It looks greatly ornate and possibly ancient. And there's a large ruby.
Ooh.
All right. So the gold we in okay, now is there anything else in this room that could hold treasure? Is there anything in the vases?
Are you going to check the vases?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who's going to check a vase?
Sure. I will.
Sarducci will check a vase.
All right, Chuck, go ahead and I'm going to roll me a percentile first.
1, 2.
Now roll a d8. Hmm. Now roll another d8. Inside, the vase that Chuck opens up, it's like this long stick. It looks like a, it looks like a torch, but it looks like a torch that somebody made out of gold.
What?
Damn. Okay.
Gold torch.
All right. Long torch of gold.
Yes.
All right, Sarducci, you were checking one. Go ahead and roll me a percentile first.
11.
Oh
Yep.
wow, interesting. D8.
That's a 7.
D6.
And a 1.
I don't think I've ever seen that before. There's a wand in there.
Yes.
A wand in there. And then there's one more vase.
Does anybody want to turn it out? Psh, psh. Frankie will do it.
Sure.
Oh,
No,
damn
you
it.
go ahead. You go
Okay,
ahead.
I'll turn it out.
All right. Give me
What do I roll? A D100?
Yeah, first to begin with.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ah, okay.
90.
And now roll me a D8. Hmm.
Interesting.
Frankie, he opens up a vase, and this vase is full of what appear to be mummified human hearts.
Ah, delicious.
Wow.
Beef jerky.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Does anybody want these?
Well, I'm writing everything down. We'll divvy up later. I'll
They're gonna
divvy
be
of
worth
this
something.
mummify. How many? Let's
The
see.
mummified heart.
There are 6 mummified human hearts.
All right.
Within the just in
Everybody,
case.
you
Everybody
get a
gets
heart,
one.
and you get a heart, and you get a heart.
Yes, that's true.
All right.
Where
Is
is
there
this?
anything else? Like, was the sarcophagus sitting on top of something? Like on top of a
Oh,
like a
that's neat.
like a
Thought it was like
No, it's
made
built
into the
into the
floor.
stone of the floor. So
Okay.
yeah. No,
Okay. Is there? So I guess we should search for secret doors in here. Oh well, no, it's already happened. We've already found that secret door.
Mhm.
Yeah, that back door
Mhm.
was.
Is there anything else?
Seems like, as far as you can tell, you have looted the room to completion.
Uh, at least it got to completion.
Yeah. You
Okay.
finish that room off.
Everybody gets two. Everybody gets 247 gold pieces.
Yay!
You know what the worst part about this is, though?
That you didn't quite clear the dungeon.
Right.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though you got the boss, you didn't quite clear the dungeon. There's still this mystery hole right here. What's beyond?
That's where the real big bad is.
Right,
vampire
right,
master.
Big bad. Oh no.
It'll be the giant foot.
This is a crazy ass dungeon if we're going to be using it as our base.
Here's the thing.
Interesting.
I've already got an idea. This is our main. This room is our main room. Since the lid is gone, we can just take a big old plank, a big old board, and put it on top of the sarcophagus, and this can be our table.
That's
This is
funny.
our table,
Yeah.
and because we've got this room in the back that's got the blood room, that could be where we torture people if we need to torture people.
Mhm. Perfect.
Sure.
Can we
Why not?
do the room with the altar and all the markings on the walls? Can we do one of those bunch of penises all around?
Altar of Wang.
So guys, once we actually clear this dungeon, Steve and I were talking about this the other day. Once we clear the dungeon, we've got to figure some things out. We've got to figure out how we're going to keep the dungeon, if we're going to retrap the dungeon ourselves,
Mm.
and we also need to figure out, are
Yeah.
we going to name our party?
Right. You gonna
But
name the party?
but I think we need everybody here for for those kinds of decisions.
Wizard, you know, are you gonna do? How are you gonna secure your area of the dungeon? Traps. You know, if you can get John back to life, you can John can maybe set some traps.
Yeah.
You could do some magic, like
We-
wizard lock type stuff. You could
I'll say this.
physically barricade doors. You could hire some people to patrol. You could physically occupy the dungeon yourself.
We could take all these dead bodies and put them at the very front on stakes, like Lad the Impaler.
Yeah.
No, but
Keep
That's-
away.
that'll keep away the low level people, but it might entice some higher level people.
Yeah, I mean,
What if we
hell,
did them the other way
fucking
around?
the
Like
door
heads on
that
stakes.
said "Danger Whites" didn't keep out all the dumbasses that you found dead down here.
This is true.
Philip.
So
Rip Philip.
yeah,
Man, what are we gonna do about that room with 690,000 gallons of mayonnaise?
Oh fuck. That's a lot of mayo.
That's a lot of mayo.
wait, what?
There's a
It
room
says
there
it right there. Yeah.
90,000 gallons of mayonnaise.
Wait, I don't. Which room has the mayo?
I think it's
Oh,
the room with the,
oh, yeah.
Oh,
I see
that's
what
the
you're
down
saying.
room.
entrance. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh.
That's right.
Maybe the floor underneath is just full of mayo now.
Oh, that's probably true.
The sub dungeon is just filled with mayo.
all the
That'd be a way to keep people out.
that would
Oh
be
my
the
God.
best way to keep people out. We're just mayo the dungeon. What do you mean?
Hmm.
Oh, you'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You
Yeah.
Now,
smell it from the next town over.
Chris Copperfield's been
seriously.
whipping up this summon mayo smell for a while.
Oh God.
Unfortunately,
no.
the verbal, somatic, and material components constantly keep him tired out and spent.
Oh no.
What a spell.
He's got to use his wand on that.
Yeah. Oh my
No,
goodness. Oh, well,
Buster
that
is rich, so we could just turn this whole dungeon into like a nice keep. Do some serious renovation here.
Yeah. So it's something you're gonna have to think about. A couple of those things, and that way you can then use this dungeon as a base to explore off into other sections. Which there's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of places here, but you know, in the floor below, there are multiple exits to the water dungeon, which could be then explored.
All right.
Well,
I'm
it's late
excited.
as hell, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
True.
But you kicked the vampire's ass, and that was excellent. That was fun. I enjoyed the game tonight. Thank you so much for our guests showing up and hanging out from Country Fried Minis. Again, don't forget to go over and check out Country Fried Minis YouTube channel with the painting of the minis and all the things and the stuff. It's great over there. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe and all that stuff. And this was a good session. Good session of the Mega
Good stuff.
Dungeon.
Yeah.
Final words, guys? Any last words before we get to that sweet mega song?
Smegma
Vampire,
Dungeon.
Magma Dungeon.
vampire mayonnaise. Vampire
Yeah.
mayonnaise.
All right.
I might legitimately need a spell of mayonnaise. That might have to happen at some
I
point.
mean, it could. You
Mayo
gotta-
madness.
It's
Your
the-
pockets fill with
it's-
mayo every 30 seconds.
It's a ring of vampiric mayonnaise.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to start your library down here in the mega dungeon. You can research all kinds of spells.
Yeah.
All kinds of mayo-based spells. And if you like mayo-based spells, smash like, subscribe. We're the Dicks in the Dark. This has been Mega Dungeon. We'll be back with another Mega Dungeon at the end of next month. And next week, we'll be back with another episode of Up, Up, and Away. And hopefully over on Country Fried Minis channel, we'll be back with a final episode of We Gotta Get Out of This Place. So check all of those things out, and we'll see you next time. Mega Dungeons, Mega Dungeons.
In a long forgotten
Later.
land, in a jungle dark and deep, there hides a ruined site, a tower temple,
Good stuff.
and a key. But what lies
Excellent,
within,
excellent. The fucking
and what
man.
lays beneath,
Dude,
monsters, treasures,
Crazy
and
I
fight.
can't believe that.
that
what
that is
adventures
that was
lead.
that's just
Every boss, every single boss we fought in the campaign in DCC got one shot.